Hello, it's Ruthie here, talking to my two favourite kids in the whole world. I want to show you something, my violin. Now my violin is in a very sad state. It actually needs to go to a violin doctor. Can you see up here? I don't know if the lighting's bad or not. There is a great big crack. You see that? That is on the brink of severing the neck of the violin, this bit, from this bit here, which is known as the scroll. Can you see that? Now, the scroll of a violin is a small part, and if you ever go and hear a really great violinist perform, and actually knowing your family, you probably already have had that experience because your parents are some of the most cultivated people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, you will not think about the scroll. You're going to think about the music that the great musician is making. You're going to think about how beautiful it is. You're going to sort of be transported by the loveliness of what you're hearing. But here's the thing. If there is no scroll, or if, in the case of my violin, the neck is becoming disconnected from the scroll, see, it's not even a total disconnect, but it's becoming disconnected, you will not get any music because the scroll holds the tuning pegs. These things here we twist to make sure that the 4 strings on the violin are properly tuned, and if we can't tune the violin, you get a sound like this. It's yuck, right? It doesn't sound like music at all. And I was thinking about this and I realized something very interesting. You know, the word scroll means something that's sort of twisted up. You can see that sort of twisted up. And the Bible was not always written in book form. It was written on something called a scroll. This was like a very large, long piece of parchment that they rolled up. And indeed, some people still read their Bible from the scroll. It's by no means completely redundant. People do that all over the world. And I was thinking about this is really interesting, how just as in a violin, you have to have the instruments. See, there's a lot of instrument, but for it to make music, it has to be connected to the scroll, or else you cannot tune it. Our lives may have a lot of potential, but we need to connect them to the Bible. The Bible is the way we tune our spiritual powers and ensure that when we make music, we are making music, not just sounds. So you can have a lot of talent and you can go out in life and maybe even become a big success in the eyes of the world. Many people do this. You can become a scientist, you can become a doctor, you can become a lawyer, you can become amazing, and everyone's applauding you and they're saying, wow, they're so famous, they're so successful. But if you are not connected to the scroll, meaning the Word of God, in the eyes of the Lord, you will be making a lot of noise like that, but you won't be making music. So if you want your life to be a thing of spiritual beauty, you must connect yourself to the Bible. The Bible is what is going to refine and polish your spiritual skills. Your life is an instrument. You are a musician. God gives you your life to see how much beauty and music you're going to make from it, with kindness, with love, with compassion, with truth. But if you are not connected to the scroll, you will never get that sort of music, because it's only when we tune our instrument that we can play accurately. Love you lots. Bye-bye.